first we have the icebreaker. Guess what? The first picture is Bacillary dysentery. Next is the stool culture. And the next is sigmoid. Matatakal natin ito sa mga next slides. Bacillary dysentery, also known as shigellosis. Ang shigellosis is an infectious disease caused by a group of bacteria called Shigella. It typically results in diarrhea, fever, and stomach cramps. It usually spreads through contaminated food or water or by coming into contact with an infected person. The next definition of bacillary dysentery is acute infectious disease caused by dysentery bacilli. Ang dysentery bacilli is a bacteria that causes dysentery. It is a type of gastrointestinal infection characterized by severe diarrhea with blood. The most common bacteria responsible for dysentery are Shigella species, which are sometimes referred to as dysentery bacilli. Ito yung bacteria na nagkukos ng inflammation sa ating intestines, leading to symptoms associated with dysentery. Sa next slides, matatakal natin yan. Ang site of lesion niya is entire large bowel, which is the sigmoid and rectum. Ang sigmoid is the S-shaped part of the large intestine located just before the rectum. It connects the descending colon to the rectum, and the rectum is the final section of the large intestine, where feces are stored before being expelled through the anus during a bowel movement. Next is the causative agent of bacillary dysentery, which is yung nabanggit ko kanina, yung Shigella bacteria. Ang Shigella bacteria is gram-stain negative, short rod, and non-motile. Ang Shigella bacteria ay merong several species, which is Shigella sonnei, Shigella flexneri, Shigella dysenteriae, and Shigella boydii being the most na known. Next is the mode of transmission. Makukuha natin ang bacillary dysentery through consumption of contaminated food and water. Yung mga madudumi na naiinom natin. Next is yung directly with physical contact with the fecal material of a patient or poop or a carrier, including during sexual contact. Yung bacillary dysentery is pwede daw makuha through physical contact. Example na dun is yung during sexual contact. Next is the food preparation by someone with poor hygiene. Kapag nakakain tayo ng mga maduduming pagkain, tapos yung nag-prepare nun is madumi yung kamay, maaari na tayong magkaroon ng bacillary dysentery. Next is the pathogenesis, number of bacteria, toxicity, immunity, invasiveness, which is attachment, penetration, and multiplication. Ang pathogenesis ng bacillary dysentery is it started with the bacteria, which is the Shigella. Next is mapupunta sa intestine natin. Meron siyang dalawang pwede mangyari, which is magpenetrate ng mucus or normal intestinal flora. Sa pag-penetrate ng mucus, maaaring mag-multiply ang bacteria sa epithelial cell and proper lamina. Kapag pumunta na doon, maaaring magkaroon ng inflammation, vessel contraction, or endotoxin, superficial mucosal necrosis, and ulcer after ng inflammation, vessel contraction. Pagtapos ng superficial mucosal necrosis and ulcer, maaaring nang magkaroon ng diarrhea mixed with blood and pus and abdominal pain. Sa endotoxin, maaaring magkaroon ng endogenous pyrogen at next na yun is a fever. Kapag naman sa normal intestinal flora, pwedeng ma-prevent yung pag-attach ng bacteria. Ito ay sa common na bacillary dysentery. Ito naman, kapag sa toxic, maaaring strong allergy to endotoxin, which is the dimethyl or adrenaline. Tapos magkakaroon ng microcirculatory failure. Next is, ang magiging symptoms na is shock or cerebral edema and cerebral hernia. Next is the clinical manifestation. Sa clinical manifestation, ang incubation period is 1 to 2 days or hours to 7 days. Kapag acute dysentery, ito ay merong tatlong uri, which is the common type, mild type, and toxic type. Sa common type, ang acute onset is shiver, high fever, or abdominal pain, which is makakaramdam ng tenderness, or diarrhea, which is stool mixed with mucus, blood, and pus. Tenesmus, ang tenesmus is medical term that refers to the feeling of needing to pass stool or urine despite the bowel or bladder being empty. Ang tenesmus is yung kahit hindi ka nakakaramdam ng kahit hindi man puno yung iyong bladder ng urine, may nakakaramdam ka na parang naiihi ka, ganon. Ang makakaramdam naman ng symptoms is 1 week sa common type ng bacillary dysentery, which is the acute dysentery pala. Next is the chronic dysentery. Ito naman is 2 months. Chronic delayed type, chronic obscure type, and acute attack type. Sa toxic type naman is age 2 to 7 years ang nagkakaroon nito. Ang madalas magkaroon ng toxic type ng acute dysentery is age 2 to 7 years. Abrupt onset or high fever. Ang temperature ng high fever is 40 degrees Celsius. May symptoms na dysphoria, lethargy, convulsion repeatedly, coma, and sa circulatory and respiratory is nagko-collapse. And next is diarrhea, mild or absent at the beginning, and shock forms, which is the septic shock. Brain form is dysphoria, lethargy, convulsion repeatedly, and coma. Parang ganun din siya dito sa nasa unahan. Next is brain hernia and respiratory failure. Next is the laboratory diagnosis. This picture is what we call the stool culture, a type of bacterial culture test that takes a sample of your poop and test it for the presence of certain bacteria. Parang ganun sa ginawa natin sa activity natin sa laboratory micropara, nag-i-stool din ng culture para makita yung presence ng Shigella bacteria. Next is sigmoidoscopy. Ito yung sigmoidoscopy, meron siyang parts na colon polyp, light, colonoscope, which is yun yung ginagamit para makita yung kung namamaga ba yung iyong intestine. Yung colonoscope is meron siyang lens, irrigation, light, instrument, port. Yun yung ginagamit para makita yung pamamaga ng inflammation ng ating intestine. Sigmoidoscopy. Ginagamit ito sa chronic patients and merong mga shallow ulcer. Ang sigmoidoscopy is ito. Ito ang instrument na ginagamit sa sigmoidoscopy. Colonoscope. Next is the treatment. Sa common dysentery and toxic dysentery, meron tayong rehydration or madalas na pag-inom ng tubig. General treatment, which is yung mga therapy, next is pathogenic treatment. Isa pa pala. Sa general treatment, kapag yung condition ay, it depends on the condition pala. Kapag inflammatory bowel diseases or infections, sa general treatment, may na-involve na medications para mabawasan yung pamamaga or antibiotics to treat infections or lifestyle changes to manage the symptoms. For example, ugaliin natin na palaging uminom ng tubig, which is yung malinis. Tsaka, kapag kakain, laging maghugas ng kamay, ganun. Next is the pathogenic treatment. Pathogenic treatment, ang goal nito is ma-eliminate yung pathogen and mabawasan yung symptoms ng infection or disease. Next is afloxacin. Ofloxacin. Ito yung antibiotic na ginagamit sa pag-treat ng bacterial infections. Next is ampicillin given by IV. Sa ampicillin given by IV, ito ay ina-administer para mapabilis yung pagdaloy ng ampicillin sa bloodstream. Nagpo-provide ng rapid distribution throughout the body para malabanan yung bacterial infections. Ito ay karaniwan ginagamit sa mga patient na hindi kaya mag-take ng mga medications. Next is symptomatic treatment. Dito na yung nakokontrol yung high fever or convulsion or subhibernation. is sa chronic dysentery. Dito na yung treatment dito is general therapy, which is yung pag-aalaga mo sa health mo, diet, nourishing, or pag-iwas sa overwork and palaging mag-exercise. Next is the prevention and control. Improved environmental sanitation, provision of safe and adequate water supply, hand washing after toilet and before handling food or eating, proper personal hygiene, and health education. Sa improved environmental sanitation is syempre kailangan malinis yung paligid natin. Provision of safe and adequate water supply is kailangan ay malinis yung iniinom natin na tubig para ma-avoid yung pagkuha ng bacteria na Shigella. Next is hand washing after toilet and before handling food or eating. Sa hand washing after toilet, syempre importante na kapag kagaling CR is mag-sanitize din tayo ng hands para lalo na kapag galing sa toilet kasi yung bacillary dysentery is nakukuha sa poop. Ganon. Tapos yung proper personal hygiene ay sariling pagpapanatili ng kalinisan sa katawan. And next is health education. Syempre, importanteng meron tayong knowledge about sa pag-prevent or control ng bacillary dysentery para maiwasan yung pagkuha nito from contaminated water, ganun. Next is for the short assessment. You can answer it on the comment kapag pinost ko na po yung screen record. That's all po. Thank you.